What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology retold action. Spawning at the top of the map in the blue color, playing as Loki. His name is Soup in the bottom side of the map. In the red color, playing as Thor. His name is Garmajuda. The map is Anatolia. We are getting those Anatolia maps in here, checking out how this water is going to be playing out. For those of you who do not know, Garmajuda is an old, not that old, but maybe I shouldn't say old at all. He is actually a recent, kind of tournament participant. He's been coming in, playing some strong tournament games. And actually surprising a lot of people. I'm actually surprised to see him going in with Thor here. He is a Loki player on the Titans. Now, Soup, he needs no introduction. This guy is a madman. He's consistently in the top 4 in S-tier tournament finishes, and he's one of the more, I would say one of the more intelligent top players, or maybe intelligent is the wrong word, innovative top players out there. He is coming up with really, really interesting build orders, really, really interesting ways of thinking about the game and taking advantage of a lot of mechanics that are in the game to help his playstyle out. He is one of the slower players out there. Think Doubt in, even though I don't think Doubt is that slow, I mean, everyone calls Doubt slow in Age of Empires 2, but think Doubt speed for Soup, but Soup gets a lot done with his actions per minute. A very, very inspiring player to watch for the lower level players out there. I definitely recommend checking out his YouTube channel and his Twitch channel and enjoying just the relaxation of playing Age of Mythology with Mr. HUSKSUPPE. Anyways, we are seeing both players opening here with docks. This is a lot more stock standard. One of the reasons why starting with fishing ships is basically a must on the vast majority of water maps is you spend 100-ish wood for a dock, you spend 100-ish 150 wood for 3 fishing ships. While they aren't worth 1 villager anymore, they're worth half a villager. That's still super valuable to be getting for the cost. You pay that off very, very quickly. There's not really any good reason to not do it. All right, so we do see the Garmajuda as well. He's skipping the Dwarven Gold Mine. I think the Dwarven Gold Mine is one of the big, big reasons why Thor is incredibly good on the water maps. You skip an ox cart. That ox cart costs 50 wood. What does 50 wood get you? Well, it gets you an extra fishing ship. What does that 50 food get you? Well, it actually helps you not get villager blocked, as you can actually see both players have had some issues producing villagers thus far in this game. But yeah, little things. I imagine both these guys are fairly new to the water. There's only been so much opportunity to play retold thus far, but as we get more into it, players' build orders are going to get more refined. Players are going to be in a much, much better position, especially in this stress test. You didn't actually get an opportunity to jump into an AI game by yourself and kind of work things out, so you have to do it on the fly, which definitely made it makes it a lot more hectic, a lot less advantage for those players who do have that build order brain where they can kind of jump in and just make sure they've got it worked out at least for the first 4 minutes of a game before they jump into their ranked games. But we are seeing the age ups coming through here. A little bit of a faster advance here for Garmajuda, only going for one side of the water as opposed to Soup, who I'm assuming is on both sides of the water at the moment, trying to cause some problems there. As Soup is now going to be advancing. He does decide to go through Heimdall. I think, while I do think Forseti is a valid pick, I think that a Heimdall in the Norse mirror is going to be much, much better. Having a little bit of frame rate drops here, but it's going to sort itself out. There was a little bit of a bug with this in the stress test, which I assume is going to get ironed out before the release. Well, at least I hope it's going to get ironed out. Just a little bit of a frame rate droppage there. Nothing to do with the computer. I think the servers are just having a bit of a trying time there as the Forseti does come through for Garmajuda, which is an interesting one. So let me talk a little bit about what I think Norse theory is going to look like on water maps. I think Norse theory is boom on the water, rush on the land. Why? So you're going to still get yourself 4 docks up. You're still going to get all your fishing ships up. You're still going to have a fairly delayed advance time for 35 minutes into the game or something like that. But instead of building archer ships, which we are seeing players building at the moment, you're just going to go for an all-out attack on the land. Why is this really difficult to defend as a Norse player who decides to go into the water as opposed to maybe a different type of player? Well, the reason it's difficult to defend is because you just don't have the resources to be able to both build military production and build water military units with Navy. So I expect to see players neglecting fighting on the water, at the very least at the start of the game, in favor of spamming out things like Berserk, spamming out things like Hursa, raiding cavalry, these types of units to kind of take full advantage of the extra food they're getting from their fishing ships, but also the advantage of having those speedy units to be training. Raiding cavalry 12 seconds, or Berserks are 9 seconds. This is kind of stock standard Norse theory, even on the Titans where fishing ships are a little bit weaker. As we do see now, well, Garmajuda, someone's trying to put some pressure on here. Looks like Soup's building out a couple of boats into that dock. He hasn't actually gone onto the left side of the map just yet. He's producing some military units over here, and he's going to be looking to attack this temple. I think, I know because I've got map hacks. I've got the observer skills. I've got omniscience. I know there's nothing in the main base of Garmajuda. Soup can literally just walk into that main base and just start killing villagers on the wood line, killing villagers on the gold mines. We do see the houses getting taken down. One of the big changes between Titans and Retold is that Norse no longer gets favor from attacking buildings. So just picking off a random building out in the middle of nowhere, it's not the best use of your time here as Loki, because you're not actually building up towards a myth unit spawn. But obviously picking off a temple is still going to be dealing 300 resources of damage to Garmajuda. And he's got a lot of Ursa queued up in that temple there as well. So we'll see how it's all going to work out here moving forward as Garmajuda trying to put some pressure on at the moment. Just finishing off that dock, making sure that there's nothing going to be popping out there. Soup going to be attempting to throw down another dock over here just to say, you kill off one, I build two. No problems there. I believe the docks are only setting Norse back 100 wood now instead of 120, so it's a lot cheaper. Plus, you don't even have to use a villager to build those docks up. I think that was a big reason why those docks were 120 wood in the Titans, is just because you weren't needing to spend a villager there. But interestingly enough, Garmajuda is still opting to build buildings on the side of this water. And I think the reason for this is he's already invested into these longboats, and he wants to have those longboats there to defend his buildings, because these do a lot of damage. It's 9, is it 9 DPS? I think it's 9 DPS. Or at the very least, it's 9 damage per shot. Times 3, so a big amount of damage coming through onto those units that are getting targeted down by these longboats. But we'll see how things are going to be going. Is lots and lots of units now queued up for Soup. He's going to be looking to put some pressure in onto... I'm assuming he's going to be going for Garmajuda's main base here moving forward. Garmajuda needs to get some units out here. He's got a ton of resources in the bank right now. He's got 500 wood, 700 gold, 400 food. This is a challenge to overcome. How do you overcome this challenge? Well, that 500 wood gets spent into military buildings. The rest of those resources are going to be going into raiding cavalry here. That makes a lot of sense to me. Alternatively, you can go into something. You can go into something else like a whole bunch of berserks here as well. And at this moment, I mean, it's a little bit of downtime, so I want to talk about it a little bit. If you notice, when we go over to Soup's perspective, there's these technologies in the corner here that are yellowed. I'm gonna make a video on this, but this is called pre-queue. You right-click on the technology, and that technology gets researched as soon as it's available, / as soon as you have resources for it. So, yes, it's very, very strong to use this one. What do you guys think about it? I'm going to make a video on it and give you my actual opinion. I'm going to save that one for that video, but just wanted to make sure everyone's aware that this is a thing, and lots of different things happen because of it. As we do see the Undermine's coming through. Undermine is such a strong god power now. It gets a whole bunch of damage done onto the town center, plus it kills a tower, or you can kill 2 towers off with it by being able to send that a certain way. As Garmajuda here, he is losing all of his towers. He's only got himself 83 population right now, and a lot of that is on the water. And Soup here, I mean, he might want to just go straight for the town center here as well, but he does catch out those villagers first. Einheri going to be getting some good damage done. We do see the healing spring getting dropped down somewhere on the map here as well, as Garmajuda, he needs to get over here and defend. He's bringing some Hursa in. These are the Hall of Thanes. I assume the Hall of Thanes Hursa coming through from Forseti here. He's going to attempt to defend here. There is not that many units that can actually win here. The Hursa will be able to clean up those Einheri really, really quickly, and the rest is going to die. And Soup just decides, you know what, instead of retreating away here and just taking a whole bunch of damage, I'm just going to take the L and sack my units. They get a little bit of return fire onto Garmajuda's army. He's already picked up a ton of villages as he's coming back in for another raid here onto these onto this wood line here. Not paying attention to his units though, as they take a little bit to start firing there, but nonetheless he does manage to pick off 2 villages with that one, and those throw and axemen are going to be able to clean up those Hursa. They get so much bonus damage there at 3.75 times onto those Hursa. It's a really, really big advantage to be had there. As Garmajuda is still trying to throw buildings down. He's now got no food left in the bank. I'm not sure exactly if he's got a whole bunch of stuff spent and just like sitting in queue, or if he's just struggling for food there. But Soup is just powering ahead now, spamming buildings down, spamming units out. He's got 108 of 165 population. Lots of stuff going on here, as the Great Hall is also going to be getting thrown up on that position there as well. More fishing ships coming out for Garmajuda. He's like, I need to get more food income. I need to get more food income. He's probably thinking he's got a ton of villagers on food. Why is his food income so low? Reason being is, even if you've got 18 fishing ships in the Classical Age, that's only worth 9 extra villagers on food. So you do need to be putting villagers onto hunt, I reckon, for the Norse here. Otherwise, you're just going to be floating resources in different places. And now Garmajuda pushed off of that gold mine. He does have 1,000 gold left in the bank, but Soup here, he can just take the town center down. It's only got 1,200 HP left. That's basically the same as a military academy. No problems there. He's also got an Einheri there to boost the damage of his units. And Garmajuda here is going to be returning back over onto that gold mine. He does have Dwarven gold mine as well to be used. I believe he hasn't used it yet, so that could definitely be used to kind of help him out here. But at the moment, 75 population to 126. It's looking very, very dire for Mr. Garmajuda in this game, as Soup just moves through. Einheri blows that horn, speeding up all of his units, increasing the DPS, and there's just nothing that Garmajuda can do to help him here. He's got 1 tower up, he's got 1 town center doing DPS. It's the rest of these units just popping out of buildings, getting taken down incredibly quickly. Villagers going down as well, and in that moment, Garmajuda does decide to tap out. Really well played here by Soup. I like the kind of fake onto the water, but majority going onto the land. I don't think he really needed to move over there with his army. Could have got a lot more damage done by just walking to the main base, pushing off gold, pushing off wood, getting that damage done. He didn't need to go to the left, to the top side of the map there, in my opinion, but he made it work nonetheless. Huge amounts of villager differential there. Nice amount of villager control, so that not having those idle units, and you can see the difference in civilian units is relatively big here for Mr. Husk Soup, as he does take the win there. I'm still interested in what you guys are thinking about strategy for the water right now, with the fishing ships being changed, with the technologies being changed, with all of the really cool access now to all 3 of the Navy ships there as well. It's going to be really, really interesting to see how things are going to develop there. But if you guys got any opinions, definitely leave a comment below. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit a like. My name is Boit, and I'll see you guys in the next game.